how stupid we are.
What's up? Ready to make some fucking noise?
Hi everyone, this is Giacomo
and Emanuele
from Boutique Tones, and we are extremely happy and excited to be in Sunset Sound Studio in Hollywood.
Fuck yeah!
So it's interesting how things magically happen, right? And in this situation for me with Boutique Tones, I just happened to be scrolling through my Instagram feed and Boutique Tones popped up on my feed. And so it was like a tone pack for Steve Lukather. And, you know, I'm a huge fan of Lukather. And it looked, you know, you guys did a good job with the logo because it looked expensive. Like, it looked nice, all right? It looked good. Anyways, I clicked on it because I was curious, and, you know, I've been using the Fractal for the last 2 years or so, and I saw, you know, it's available for, you know, I saw the Cortex, and I saw the Tone X, and then Fractal, and I was like, well, this is pretty awesome, and I was like, you know, it's fairly cheap as well. So I was like, screw it, I'm just gonna get it. So I bought it. And then playing through, I was like, this is amazing. This sounds awesome. You know, I'm always constantly, as a guitar player, tweaking, right? So we're always looking for new tones. And I was just, you know, my curiosity peaked when I saw the Lukather thing. And anyways, I got it. It sounded great. It was really, really cool. I guess months go by, and I think I was still on the road. And Eric Steckel, who's a good buddy of mine, had been working with you guys, and he called me up and he was like, hey man, you know, I'm working with this company, Boutique Tones. He's like, you know, I was like, yeah, actually I do. And he was like, you know, they want to work with you. Would you know, you'd be interested in working with them? I was like, absolutely. I'm 100% down.
The sound of what? Of the console?
No, of the box that's on the side of it.
Okay. Let me ask Zach.
Wow, the Shiva sounds a little, like, more tame than that cabinet.
Because I've been wanting to get in and profile all my amps properly and profile my cabs, and you guys know how to do it extremely well. So for me, it was just like, you know, when and where. you know. And then we all chatted, and here we are. We're at Sunset Sound, legendary studio in Hollywood, and it's been an awesome few days.
I mean, working in such a place like this is something extremely emotional, because we are in a place where legends made history, working with amazing pieces of gear, an amazing console, and I mean, we're seated where legends made some unbelievable records, and that's something truly special about this session and what we're doing here with Boutique Tones. 4 seconds drum loop, and it puts out a full drum track.
Yeah, basically, yeah. That was killer, man. Well, first of all, you guys are all super fun and super chill, so that was awesome, And then it just cut out, and I just walked over to my amp, and I went, and it just went, came back in.
Sample line, clean, sample line, drive. Che cazzo fai? Che cazzo? Take prima. So.
How stupid we are.
We've been here for a while, I guess. But the first day we spent pretty much most of the day, if I can recall, shooting IRs, right? Or at least the first half of the day, shooting IRs with my cabinets. I think it was kind of also another magically funny instance where my go-to, which is not that uncommon, obviously, my go-to microphone setup, which I love, is a 57 and a Royer 121. It's funny how we all just sort of were like, yep, that's the one. So that's what we went with on this pack. We got the Royer and the 57 set up on all 3 cabinets, got our sounds, made sure everything was cool. And it was also really fun to do it because we set up a drum loop, so we had something to play against, so we have a nice, reference point, on how the guitar will sound against something else, at least. Yeah, we got some kick-ass tones, amazing sounds, which sound very true to the mics and the cabs.
We are tone freaks, as you know. We care about every little detail.
Sounds great. So one thing I think that
Siamo ben sotto la batteria che
Then I guess we moved on to the heads, and I brought my, my big, which you can see in the back, my big giant refrigerator rack of madness, which is an awesome rig, and I love it, and I still use it. It's awesome, it's amazing. But I've never when I did the fractal stuff, we tone matched all that stuff. We didn't profile it, and I've always wanted to get a capture of specifically my Shiva, which is it's the silver chassis, earlier models, and it just screams, right? I love that amp, and I've always wanted to get it profiled properly, because I've tried to do it myself, and I'm no good. Some guys are better than me, obviously you guys are, but I am no good at that. And the same thing with my Friedman, my BE100. I had Dave Friedman, who actually built my rig. I had Dave do a mod on the BE100 to give myself a little bit more headroom on the clean channel, because before it was like it was like more voxy, kind of a clean, I wanted more of a Fender clean thing, so something just super transparent that I could color up with pedals and all that kind of stuff. That's another thing that I wanted to get profiled, which has become one of my go-to sounds, and especially for all my clean stuff with Pink, and especially for the voice, it works so great because we jump through so many different styles of music, having country, R&B, rock, this, that, the other thing. amp works so good. And then we also have my Marshall JMP 50 watt, which is a, I don't know, late 70s. I'm not sure exactly what year it is, but that amp just is a special amp. It screams. I had to beg the guy who was selling it to me. He brought it over to sell it to me. I had to beg the guy, once we got there and we plugged in and we both sat there and listened to it, I had to beg him to actually sell it to me because he was having second thoughts. So I always wanted to profile that amp. In addition to that, the Amp Nation Wonder Drive, I brought that as well, and we profiled that, and that's another amp that I love. It sounds awesome. Super juicy, super organic, bluesy. It's great for all that sort of stuff.
For studio session?
I would, actually.
Yeah, so what about, instead of like forcing into using everyone,
Right.
why don't think about making the best pizza for live, the best for session, and the other captures are bonus, and we'll give to them.
It's pretty. I mean, I'm not really. That's the quad, right?
Yeah. There's a bit less gain.
That's what gave it away. It's just the tiniest little bit of less gain. That's it. Which isn't necessarily a bad fucking thing, to be honest. Sometimes I'm guilty of it, but sometimes it's like too much fucking gain too, you know?
Maybe some rhythms like this might be great. Yeah. That's why we are here, not in any studio, but here where legends made their sound.
Because our goal is simple, give you the best.
Are they cool for your ears?
Oh yeah, no, it sounds great.
Because for this pack, I wanted to create as much versatility as I could possibly do, which is what I did with this rig. But, you know, typically live for me, I don't have all these amps with me. I have, you know, the Bogner, Shiva, and the Friedman, and then all my pedals, which is now morphed into the Fractal. So I'm in the world of digital now. We profiled all these amps, which has been a dream, which I'm so happy that we can actually digitally document this stuff as true to what it actually is. It really sounds like the amps. So I'm so thrilled with how we got that. So we did that, and then once we got the amps and the cabs, and we sat down and we selected which, you know, between the cleans and all the dirties, which cabinets sounded good. You know, we got some bright tones, we got some dark tones, we got, you know, some nasty tones, and some beautiful tones. And then we started work on the presets with the delays and reverbs and choruses, all the different effects and stuff. And honestly, I'm thrilled with the way this stuff came out. It's so usable. It sounds like my stuff, and it's going to be available for all the platforms that you guys work with. And I just think it's such a cool time to be living in with all this awesome technology.
You like it? I fucking love it, baby.